America! Tom Hand here with Americana Corner. Today we're discussing the Chesapeake Leopard affair. In June 1807, several British sailors deserted from Royal Navy ships stationed near Norfolk, Virginia, and signed on with the USS Chesapeake, a 50-gun frigate commanded by Captain James Barron that was preparing to sail to the Mediterranean. Admiral George Berkeley, who commanded the British fleet in North American waters, was frustrated at the repeated desertions and sent word via the British frigate Leopard, commanded by Captain Salusbury Humphreys, to the British squadron to detain and search the Chesapeake for deserters. On the morning of June 22nd, the Chesapeake got underway and, as no hostilities were anticipated, sailed with its gun decks strewn with naval supplies and several guns unmounted. The Leopard began tracking the Chesapeake, and in mid-afternoon, when both ships were 10 miles east of Cape Henry, the Leopard approached within hailing distance and requested permission to send aboard dispatches for Captain Barron. One of the messages was from Captain Humphreys, declaring that there were deserters on board the Chesapeake and requesting permission to inspect the crew. This was a highly unusual request, as by international protocol, naval vessels were considered extensions of a country's dominion, and its sovereignty was to be respected. Consequently, Captain Barron denied the request. The Leopard then fired 2 warning shots across the bow of the Chesapeake, and 2 minutes later, the Leopard poured a full broadside of solid shot and canister at point-blank range into the helpless American frigate. 2 more broadsides from the Leopard followed in quick succession, without a response from the Chesapeake, as the ship was unprepared for battle. Captain Barron was wounded in the first exchange, but remained at his post, and after enduring this massacre for 15 minutes, during which the Americans suffered 21 casualties, including 3 killed, ordered his flag to be struck. Several officers from the Leopard came on board to search the crew and took off 4 deserters. Embarrassed and disgraced, the Chesapeake then returned to Hampton Roads that evening to repair the ship and await further orders. Anger at British arrogance was uniformly felt across the country, and perhaps more than any other event since its founding, the Chesapeake Leopard affair created a true feeling of national emotion. But it also demonstrated to President Jefferson how close the country was to drifting into an unwanted war against England. As a result, the president took a drastic step that inadvertently caused one of the worst economic disasters in United States history. Next week, we will discuss the Embargo Act of 1807. Until next time, may your love of country lead you.